Hello everyone, this is Shelby with Shelby Creations. Welcome back to the Dragon's Den. Let's talk wallpaper, background paper, whatever you want to call it. We all have some. And there's things that we have used for quite a while and we're not tired of them, but we're just tired of using them as pages in our journals or as background paper in our journals, wallpapers in our journals, whatever, the term you like to use is. And we know what they are. They're book pages. I have tons of book pages. We have coffee dyed papers. Yes. I think I have a whole ream of coffee dyed papers. I don't need any more to use yet. Well, not quite a ream, but you get the idea, a lot. And then we have the regular or printed paper, decorated paper that we've either bought in some fashion or another, whether it's digitals or individual pages or by the pack or whatever. And then there's some that we have printed ourselves because I know I will buy what's called a fat quarter of material that I like the pattern on and then come home and run it, put it on my printer and print pages from it. So it's like, material paper. But we all have these. And yes, I'm to the point, I'm tired of using them as the main, background part. But I don't want to get rid of them. I still want to use them. So another thing I did a couple of days ago was, I think it was yesterday, I redid the whole top of my cart, pulled everything out. Because I went to find something. I knew it was there, but I couldn't find it. So now I've got that reorganized. And my work on me basket, which was empty, is now full. Well, not, it's full enough for me. But these are pieces I pulled out that I can use for something. They're not quite finished, or I made them, but I don't know what to do with them yet. So they're now in here. And this is a great place to use these because we still get to use the papers. We fell in love with it first, but in a different sense. And some of the things, and there are also pages in here, like on vellum, I decoupage napkins. I have pieces of an old vellum card. Yes, they used to sell cards made out of vellum years ago. I have little tags and stuff that I've made but never finished because I think I kept them all connected with a bulb pin or something, and pieces here and there, and these are really good for that. I have the front of cards, or is that a whole card? Is that a front? Yes. And cards that I was sent, that I took the inside out because of course it had writing on it, but now I've got this beautiful card. I've got the front of this one that I really liked. And these are all pieces that I've set aside, but now I can pull these in and make something from them. So I'm going to come back here. Let's start with just these little tags. And all they were, it's just netting with a little snippet on it on a piece of printed paper. But if I use it as a tag, there's not much. It's all blank on the back. And if I ink it now, I risk getting all my netting inked. So what do? We're going to come in here and just choose a paper. Any type of paper. And then I can come in here and glue this down, so now I would have a backing to it. Let's see something a little bit. We'll go with this one. And as you see, yes, this was store-bought. I got this at Hobby Lobby. And at the time, I loved it. And I was using it. But, you know, sometimes you get tired of it. Not that you don't love it anymore. You want something else. So all I'm going to do is come in here with my glue. Trying to hold the netting away. And simply glue it down. Now this has no border on it, so I can glue it straight down. I've got another one just like it, and what am I going to do? I'm going to do the same thing. Just come in here, put my glue down. Now you do have to get sort of close to the edge. And I'm going to glue this one down here. Why? Because I think I bought like 10, 15 sheets of this. So there's plenty. Now, even though the front looks good, you know, I will add more stuff here. The back is still plain. But you have to notice that those really don't go together. So I need something else for this. This is where my coffee dyed paper is going to come in. Set that aside. Excuse me. And this time, what I'm going to do is I'm going to come down here and do the same thing. Go all the way around the edges. Because I plan on gluing the whole thing to the back. Now I did turn this over so that I could get the top part. And because the base paper isn't very straight, yeah, I can't cut a straight line. There's two down. Now this was a part of a set. And I could actually well, let's wait on that one. So now I did pull these out. I can come in here with my scissors and simply cut them out. Now remember, these are things we've set aside. Why? Because at the time we're like, oh well, I'll finish them later. I've got the base done. They're good for now. And that's okay. Now, because I really don't like all that extra lace, it's okay for me right now to trim it off. At the time, I liked it. Right now, not so much. And we'll find out how far that goes over. And I think I'll leave it on that one side. But this side is definitely not straight. There, that's a bit better. So now from here, it's really very simple. I can come in here with my corner chomper. And yes, sometimes it will go through lace, sometimes it won't. Whether it does or not, now see, it didn't do it there. I'm okay with. Oh, that was a sloppy corner. That's okay, I can fix it with scissors. And there, I've got another little tag that, oh, I put that so far down I couldn't reach it. Come back in here, redo the hole, and there. go ahead and redo the hole on this one too. While I'm here. Back in here and just round off all 4 corners. And there. Now I have, let's go ahead and finish it all the way off. Now if you noticed, I did not trim that bottom end too good. There was still a little of the background showing, but once you ink it, you can't tell it. Unless you know it's there. And since we know it's there, we're not telling anyone. There, a completed tag. So now that can go in with my other tags, and I can, you know, put it right where it belongs so that when I need it, it's there. Now, I'm going to lift that side up because I do want to do underneath it, but not worry with the lace. Another one, done. Well, I didn't do the back. Get that done right quick. Another, done. So now I've got 2 more tags in just that little bit of time. Now we're down to this one. We're going to do the same thing. Cut around the edges. And I think the only way I could get anything straight was if I cut it with a guillotine. Sometimes not even then. Straighten up this side here. Good enough. Trim that off. Oops. So there. Are you thinking, well, that's really, really plain. I'll open it up, shall I? And my brain's not working too good this morning. So I've got that. I've got these. Now I'm going to come in here. Why? Because I'm sitting here and I've got my dauber ready. Yeah, and if I don't, then I'm stuck doing it at the end. Now, to finish this piece, I've got this. I could totally put that on there. And I think I am. And because it was on vellum, it's easy to tear. But all of this is because I was looking for one thing. Let's brush that over there. All right, wipe that off. Which led me to thinking about, oh, well, I need to finish these. Well, I need papers. And what did my hand go to first? All the papers that I always pull from. Put my hole back in here. The front still needs something. I don't like that. What else do we have in our box? We pulled so much stuff from here. Did we have... This is... You know when you get tea and it's in the little paper packages? That's what this is. This is a paper package that my tea bag came in. And put that right over the top. But it means I've used pieces that were just stuck in there that I didn't know what to do with, so now they're being used. What else is in here? I saw there was a butterfly down there on the bottom. Does it go together? I don't know. But I can always add other things later if I think it needs something else. So now I've got a decorative back, I've got a front, or vice versa. It's another tag done. Put that in with my other tags. Now, we buy packages all the time with stuff. And we're left with, or buy supplies, we're left with the packaging. So what do we do with packaging? We use it. I mean, these are some beautiful things. This was in a package. All the stuff was down here, and it has the script on there. But look at the back. What do we do with the back? We cover it. Let me set these aside for a minute. Now, I could come in here with this, but then I could still see part of it in the background. And that wouldn't be too bad because I do like the way the lettering shows through there. And then I don't have to come through with something else. And this is stiff enough. Or I could put it down there. Ooh, that's nice. I may do that. So I still need something on the back. This is a perfect place for a book page. Tear it off. Bring out our glue. And it's just as easy as this. Because I don't like wasting my packaging. You know, even if I did only spend a couple of dollars on something, that your packaging can be part of your supplies, part of your stash. Make them work for you. You bought them. You paid for them. Do it. I could put the whole thing on there. Let's just tear off this bottom part where there's that line from the vellum page. Now this was architectural vellum, so it had the lines all the way around. And I'm not even going to ink the edges. I know, shock, right? Put that right there. Now for the edges, because this book is so old, I can come down and simply tear them off like this. A newer book, you may not be able to, so check your pages and see if, you know, they have the strength or if they're tender and they crack easy. Tear that one off. Tear that off. Yes, I do have my corner there, but I'm not going to worry with it. It is what it is. See, I can just come over that with ink. And yes, a little bit of the glue area shines through, but that's okay. That is okay. Now, the way you have your dauber will tell you whether you're getting a thick edge or a thin edge. You notice with this one, it was almost, well, it's greater than a 45-degree angle. And that gives me that border around there. If I want a very light border, I will come at it at basically a 90-degree angle. And that gives me a much thinner border around. See, it's basically knocked that white from the edge and just a touch of the color you see on that, as opposed to this where you get a wider area. Now, that's done. I now have an insert and it's completed. So this would go in with my inserts. All right, let's try another one. This one here, I love the way they open, and the inside is all black, but the outside does have some places I want to cover. But because it's all dark, we may want to pick and choose what we use on the inside. Out of these sheets, I don't know if I have anything that would, don't really see anything that I would use on the outside. But what I do want to do, I know, is to just make this edge here show up from that. Now, what I may end up doing is just putting this in a book so that this opens up. And I wonder, I had it. Did I put it back here? That would almost fit. I would have to trim down one side of it, or I could even make it a side tuck, but it's not quite big enough there. But that would work there. So where is... So I'm going to just tear this whole side here off. Come back here and ink that all the way around. And now I'm going to turn it into a pocket. All the way down here. I'm lining it up with that bottom edge, trying to. So now I've got a pocket on the inside, which is good. But then I have this here that I do want to hide. So what do? Well, we cover it. Simple as that. But you're thinking, what are we going to cover it with? We've got, you know, all the ornate work here and that. Okay. There are words there. And I even found all my words in cleaning up my desk. So I stuck them in a book. Why? Because I had no other places to put them. So let's see. Thought I had more than one. Yeah, those are smaller. So I need to find something off of the one page. Is that just one page? Yeah. Why not go for beautiful. I want to make sure I get it straight. Not quite over enough. See, this is why I use the tweezers. I can come in here, try and judge where it needs to go. Try and center it. I'm still showing that one part there. There we go. That's much more acceptable. I can open it up, and I don't need to add anything here because I'm going to glue this into my journal. So I can open it up and use it as I will. Use it for what I want to use it for. So I don't know if I'm gonna put a closure on it, but I'm gonna call that done. And that goes in with my completed items. So I've not only used that, but I've used a word. Yeah, I'm not really good with using words. That's something I need to work on. So we'll work on that together. As we still have our 2 journals that we're doing with. What do I have? What do I have? Oh, let's work with these. These are beautiful. I love the ladies on them. Not so much about the words around it, but I can deal with that because it's not an advertisement. The back is plain. That's fine. If I want to come in here and darken it up some. Now what I would do at this point is, because I don't like, smudges, this is what I call my inking paper. I can tap that down and then let's distress it. All we're doing is distressing the back. Because it's plain, we can do that. It's as easy as that. I don't want that one. Now, because there is a decorative corner, all I'm going to do is come in here and just nip off that tip just to make it a little, not so harsh. Come in with my dauber and you see the edge. I can do it just like that. And that knocks back that white on the edge. It distresses it all at one time without being overpowering or coming around. Now, on this side, I can come in here. I want to do the corners a little bit darker. Not so much the rest of it, but just the corners. I have a tag, and it's a beautiful tag. I can do writing on the back, so that can go in with my finished tags. Now, I still have a lot to do, but this is give you some idea of what you do when you run into things that, you may think you have used too much. Use them on the back of items. Use them, in covering up things. And see, here goes another one. Beautiful, but don't think I'd want the word shadow. So I could actually come in here. I could fussy cut it out, or I could put flowers over that. So it's just different things that you're pulling out, things that need to be used, because why else do we have them? I've got just a piece of paper with postcard written on it. Those need to be done, something done with. What better things to use than the papers that you're tired of using? And that one may be a bit big. I can come down here, I can add it to this one. Are any of these this size? I could put coffee dye paper back there. I could put book page. You know, there's so many things that you can do with the pages that you're just tired of using as pages. Turn them into ephemera. Don't give up on your stash and have these become things that just sit aside until you're so tired that you're going to throw them away. Please don't do that. Everything costs money. Everything costs time. You know, why not use what you have to make some beautiful, beautiful ephemera? And in just a few minutes, we've made tags, we've made an insert, you know, and all from things that we were tired of using, now are beautiful creations. So if you've liked what I've shared with you today, give me a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button if you're not currently a subscriber, and the notification bell so you'll be notified of more videos coming up from the Dragon's Den. Tuesdays and Thursdays are our journal days. And by that, I mean, we have 2 journals we're working in now. We're working in our Victorian journal, and we're working in the Jewel Victorian journal, thanks to one of my subscribers who named it for us. So we have these on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and like today, we have a whatever video on Saturday. So use what you have. Don't let it go to waste. Don't let it gather dust. But use it to increase your stash and your wealth of your, boy am I tongue-tied. You can tell it's a Saturday, right? You will increase your stash, you'll have fun doing it, and your creativity will grow that much more. So until next time, bye guys.